Hey guys, I wanted to talk to you about the S&P. I had a class today and we discussed this just because of the news and just the misinformation that they've been giving out. So I just want to show you how to do this on your own, okay? So this is the S&P 500 here. And what I've taken the past couple of years, about the past 10 years, and just collected that data so you guys can see just the history of its movement. And this, you can use this information for my free course. You don't even need to be a part of a paid course. Someone did ask me about the 2008 crash, and they mentioned that it was like the largest drop. You can see here where after we had the confirmation that it was going bearish, there was a 633 point drop in the S&P here. Okay. There was also one in 1987, I think that we also calculated that still wasn't as large as some of the moves that we've experienced in the present. So with that being said, there were a couple things that I noticed. A lot of the moves happen between February to April whenever there's a pullback, or August, September. Now, if we look here at 2018, you can see where we have that drop of 575 points. Then we had our next drop once we had that shooting star. It pushed down, gave us about 1,043 points of a drop. The next drop was 1,312 and that points, and that was in 2022. So the 1,043 happened in 2020 during COVID. And then you can see a couple years ago, we had that massive drop here. We had a small one September of 2023 for about 399 points, maybe a little bit more. Okay. And then our current one that we're experiencing, it's hilarious. It's 1,119 points. And the reason why I say it's hilarious is because it literally is retesting market structure. So if you pay attention to what I teach in my free course in regards to market structure, you'll know why these arrows are drawn. And it appears that the S&P likes to retest it. Every time a correction is being made, the news will instill a crap ton of fear. And this is really the time where we should start looking into what we want to invest in long term. What I love about being able to trade stock options is that when you are in a long bullish market and you have these bigger corrections that are occurring, 13% corrections and larger, you can take advantage of this by trading stock options and you can reinvest that money back into your long-term portfolio. Now, if you have ownership in that stock, you can actually participate in different types of trading with stock options. I mostly trade long calls and puts, but this is a really good way to hedge. And this is what our big dogs are doing. That's why you've heard, that Warren Buffett say he's holding, he's not leaving. And it's all about just analyzing the behavioral patterns of the market. Now, there are a couple things that I am paying attention to. For example, we do have some room to come down here to 46.26 or this area here of 41.16. What I am looking for is to see how our monthly candle closes, which is going to take some time. So for me to just get a kind of gauge a little bit faster of what's going to happen, I'll be observing the weekly candles. And once I get confirmation that there is a bullish respect as far as like to the retest of that structure from the monthly, then I will know for sure that we're going to be looking for at least another wave up. Does that wave guarantee that it's going to break this previous high or make a higher high? No. This could just come back to about 56.70 area and then start giving us a stronger bearish push down. So right now I am waiting. I'm liking what I see at the moment. I am hoping that it will respect this structure and will start to get some bullish momentum. Just for those people that have invested into their retirement accounts and are probably freaking out, I want those people to get their money back. But I hope this provides some clarity on how to view the markets, how to pay attention to the behavioral patterns. A lot of people wonder why I'm so confident. It's because I do work like this. I don't listen to the news. The news was just saying how this was the biggest drop in history, and that's a complete lie. We had our biggest drop back in 2022, surprisingly, and then our second biggest drop in during COVID. This is the third biggest drop at the moment. So knowing your information and not relying on what they call the experts on these on the TV or the internet, just like do your research. Not everybody is correct. And hopefully I've enlightened you and you can use this information to help you become a better investor. Um, I do want to make an announcement. As many of you know, I am no longer teaching a stock options bootcamp through Economy, which is now called IQonic. I have decided to open up my private school to stock options. Before I was exclusively teaching it through them. I've heard your feedback. I heard what you guys wanted. So it is officially open for you guys to get access, okay, to this. If you want, you have until the end of April. You can use the code loyal50 and that will give you $50 off your monthly subscription every month until you either cancel or your payment fails. And that is, it has to be paid by April 30th, 2025. The regular price is $149 per month, and there are other options. So you will get access to the 2024 and 2025 bootcamp alongside advanced content. And I will be teaching on a weekly basis, with the exception of 1 week out the month, I'll take off. And I do have other people that are going to be guest teaching in the future. Y'all have a great one. Take care.